Hello there, Crispy Bacon Army. It's Crispy Bacon here, and welcome back to another video. And today I will be predicting match week 13. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we've got a Friday game instead of a Monday game this week. We have got 4 3 p.m. kickoffs, and this is another week where TNT do not have a game, which, yeah, TNT do have to take 4 weeks without a game. So yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, if we have a look, it's the Premier League Sunday, 1:30 kickoffs for some reason, and then a 4 o'clock kickoff. And of knowing my luck, of course Derby County play at home on a Sunday when I want to watch Liverpool Man City. But you know, the things you do for your football club, eh? Well, let's move into the South Coast first. Brighton face Southampton. Brighton not doing the best, I almost said. They're doing the best in a Premier League season start for Brighton, I believe. Meanwhile, Southampton are really struggling in the Premier League. It's not looking very bright for them. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. They've got more hope of winning a toy out of a picking machine or whatever they're called than actually staying up. They've got 4 points from 12 games, but Man City have 23, Liverpool have 31. So yeah, massive gap between Southampton and Brighton. I mean, yeah, Brighton win and Man City lose again, then Brighton would go above Man City. That sounds crazy. But the difference in points from 10th to 2nd only being 5 points. Phenomenal stuff. This could be one of the best Premier League seasons we've ever seen. And I'm going to kick it off with a 3-0 victory. Southampton won't score. I don't have any faith in Southampton. Not a slightest. Now we move into Brentford against Leicester. 16th against 11th. Well, Leicester 7 points off Brentford. Leicester, they're meant to be foxes, and just like foxes, when they see something scary, aka all of the big teams, they crumble. 3-0 to Manchester United. I've just complimented Manchester United there. Never thought I'd do that in a video. But yeah, Brentford, they used to be the first minute merchants. Now they're in 11th place, and they've gone back to their mid-table normality. Meanwhile, they still stay above Manchester United. And Eric Ten Hag, thank you, Eric. You have finally ruined Manchester United once and for all. Given Ruben Amorim a terrible team, and I'm still slating off Man United before even getting to them again. Let's just slate Man United off when we see Man United. Oh wait, I've just seen it. Let's continue on. No, I'm joking. Brentford against Leicester. Leicester will get 1 goal. How many would Brentford get though? 2, 3, 4? I'm going to go 2. I don't think they'll win 3 or 4-1. It'll be a close game. But yeah. Crystal Palace against Newcastle. Well, Crystal Palace, they're 19th, but there will be better things to come for Crystal Palace. They've had a shaky start. It's like when you're climbing a mountain. I'm speaking from experience. No, I'm not. It sounds like I am, though. But when you're climbing up a mountain, the first stretch is always the most difficult, but when you get into the rhythm, you just get there to the top. That's how I imagine a mountain works, at least. From the bottom to the top, you don't go top to bottom unless you're going back down it. And hopefully you're actually going back down it and not falling back down it. Anyway, let's move off the topic of mountains and move on to the topic of a 1-1 draw. I think the battle of Mark Guéhi, who's going to have the custody of Mark Guéhi? Crystal Palace will keep him in January, Newcastle will try again in the summer, and Mark Guéhi will go to Liverpool, form a combination with Virgil van Dijk. Ibu Konate will move to Real Madrid, and I'm just waffling on here because obviously that's not going to happen. Nottingham Forest against Ipswich. Yeah, I feel sorry for Ipswich. 9 points in 12 games. Yeah, they did beat Tottenham in a game where barely anyone thought Tottenham would win, but Tottenham's so unpredictable. Everybody say that Tottenham or Spursy in the comments, please, because, yeah, you mastermind a 2-1 loss at home to Ipswich and then beat City 4-0. And you're probably going to end up masterminding a 3-0 loss at home to Fulham. Ange Postecoglou, you are the most inconsistent Ange I've ever heard in my life. I would say inconsistent Australian, but then you've got Harry Suter. So yeah, that's not going to work. Nottingham Forest, however, they lost a game and then they lost another. Oh, they're going to lose again? No, they're not. It's going to be a 3-2 victory to the trees. Obviously, I don't like Forest. I'm a Derby fan, but when it comes to doing predictions, I just want to put 9-0 to every other team, but to be honest, I have to go honest, and if I don't go honest, then I've got little chance of earning the points. Wolves against Bournemouth, I'm just going to keep it sharp and snappy here. Bournemouth 13th, Wolves 17th. Bournemouth have been in a losing streak. It's going to be a 1-0 victory to Bournemouth. West Ham against Arsenal. Last time this fixture happened, it was 4-0 at half-time, 6-0 result to Arsenal. This time, that's never going to happen. West Ham, though, this game could seal Julian Lopetegui's fate. They replaced David Moyes with a better manager. I'm sorry. Are they actually okay? They've got the blooming Poundland version of Pep Guardiola. I mean, yeah, at least he doesn't scratch himself on the head and blame it on his nails. We know what you're doing, Pep. You're blooming losing. You've not won in 6 games and you decided to go full mental. But yeah, we'll get on to Man City in a minute. And for now, I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory to the Arsenal. Yep, and then they're going to be real big arses about it. Chelsea against Aston Villa. Oh boy, where do we start? I don't know, actually. Chelsea, Aston Villa. Chelsea are 3rd, Aston Villa are 8th. 3 points in between them. Aston Villa could go above. Let me just have a look at the goal difference quickly. Aston Villa don't have a better goal difference. Unless Aston Villa can win 5-0 away from home, they would leapfrog Chelsea, but even a win would just put them level on points with a worse goal difference. But yeah, I think it will be a 2-2 draw and a cracker of a game. I mean, yeah, I would have liked to see Spurs be on the TV, because every time they're on TV, they're thrash teams. It's either that, or every time they're on TV, they make my screen crack. Yeah, but anyway, let's continue on to Manchester United against Everton. Everton, Man United, mid-table clash. Who would have thought I'd be saying that when Fergie was in charge? But yeah, Manchester United, 16 points, Everton 11 points. Everton, they've been decent. And, you know something, I'm going to back Everton here. I'm going to back them to get a 1-1 draw, you know. And then obviously, time to go to the Bottle Jobs versus the Cottagers, who somehow managed to lose 4-1 to Wolves at home. You have gone from being really, really good Fulham, being one of the only losses Nottingham Forest have had until they lost to Arsenal and Newcastle back-to-back, to becoming so terrible that you sat in 9th. Yeah, you're only 4 points off the Champions League spots, but you've fallen off a cliff. Star player Adama Traore feels like he's lost a leg. He's starting to run a bit slower, and he's not even putting in the effort anymore. I used to have him in my fantasy team. I had to transfer him out for being terrible. Smith Rowe's on the edge of transferring out, but I don't have anyone to replace him with, because Cole Palmer's like 11 million. If it was 11 million in real life, Chelsea would somehow still manage to get 80 and 100 million and then spend it on blooming little, 17-year-olds who haven't even played football in their life before. Spend £1 billion on them, even though they got 180 million, and then somehow decide to go into administration for signing 1,700 players. Todd Bowley, have a brain and get a better manager. No offence, but Enzo Maresca is terrible manager. Terrible. he might be cooking, but can we stop having bold managers get too high of an ego and stay humble, eh? We all know what happened to Pep Guardiola when he decided to not stay humble. What did he go and do? He lost 5 games in a row in the Premier League. Could be 6, probably will be 6 in the Premier League. And then we move on to Spurs against Fulham. Oh, yeah. I was ranting on Fulham, somehow ranting on Man City and Chelsea, and Spurs. You bloody bottle jobs. You win 4-0, you're probably going to lose. I'm going to predict a win, but who knows what's going to happen. I'm going to predict 2-1 and watch them go and lose 2-0. Spursy, Spursy. Now we move on to Liverpool against Man City. Biggest game of the weekend. Early title decider. Because with the way I predicted things to go, it could be Arsenal would then be 9 points behind. And Man City would fall 11 points behind. But yeah, Liverpool, they've got Virgil van Dijk in my fantasy team. I've got Mo Salah in my fantasy team. And they're going to win 4-0. No. Not 4-0. 3-1. We all know what happened last time. Man City lost 3-1 to Liverpool. Twice! Pep Guardiola, stay humble, eh? That is the end of the video, guys. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video, guys. Crispy Bacon Army, you are the best fans. And just before I leave you, let's just say one prayer for Manchester City. And every like this video gets is the amount of losses Man City will get in a row, starting from now. So get liking.